Hello my friends, I hope that you are having a good day. I wanted to do a little work in my Onebook July. You guys remember that I only have a couple of inserts going right here right now. I have an art insert and I have an appreciation journal. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to just lift out my appreciation journal, my art journal, sorry, and just close that back up. This is a handmade leather traveler's notebook that I made myself. My idea here is to just start, and that's a good thing, isn't it? You just need to start sometimes, and that's where I find myself today. I like to work on 2 pages at a time. So what I'll do with this first page is just I'll use it as a as kind of a bookend or something. I'll put something here. But today all I wanted to do is just kind of get down some background-ish stuff. So I do want to use text pages, which is, of course, one of my very favorite things to use. I want to get some color on here. So let's, I took out a bunch of these Daler-Rowney Artist Acrylic Heavy Body paints. I do not use these. My sweet friend sent them to me, and I very rarely use them. But I thought that since this insert has really sturdy paper, that it would be a fun time to try and do something with these. I've got a little bit of water here. I'm not going to put the paint out on a palette. I don't have a lot of time, but I did want to, you know, it's July the 1st, so I did want to get a start in my little, you know, toned down, tamped down version of Onebook July. So all I'm going to do is just get some water and just scooch on some paint. I'm going to do both sides. Remember, I'm not a painter, so my idea is to just get color on the page, and I want multicolors on the page. So I'm just not sure what I'm going to do, but I've got about 10 minutes to do it before I have to move on to my next project. I'm working on naked journals today for the Etsy store. And what is a naked journal? It is a journal that you just kind of make into your own. It's not heavily decorated. I am sending along a packet of decorating goodies, so you can, you know, you just kind of have a jump start. Sometimes when you're using your stash, it's just like, oh, I'm just kind of tired of using what's in my stash. I wish there was something else there. And this little packet of goodies is designed to give you a mini stash, so you'll have all kinds of things to work with, and then you don't have to, you know, you don't have to drag out your stash. You can leave it where it is. You're welcome. I just made Chris some lunch. Alright. I kind of like the way that's looking there. I enjoy painting. I don't enjoy painting things. Like, I can't really actually paint. Like, draw something and paint it. But I like the act of painting. I think it's fun. Of course, we don't take anything too seriously around here. And of course that turned, because I did blue and yellow, oops, that turned green. So, I just have this fancy that I'd like to do some circles, and I don't know why. I think it's one of those things that I can kind of take off. I can sort of do freehand with a paintbrush. Sorta. So I don't know. We're just going to do some purple. Purple circles, because that's just what the boss wants to do. And do try and please the boss, because she gets very hard to get along with if you don't just try and please her a little bit. Well, not a little bit. You do exactly what she wants. If you do exactly what she's like a child. If you do exactly what she wants to do, then everything's going to be okay. All right. I am going to, I think I'll just go ahead and put down some, I don't really know how I'm going to do this. I kind of am wanting to use a glue stick. That's one thing about this heavy body acrylic. It really dries super fast. And, you know, I'm enjoying that. And I think that's why I enjoy using chalk paint so much. Because it draws really, really fast. Alright, so we'll put that there. And you know, that might turn into something. I don't know. I don't know. There we go. Now, I kind of like that. I will go back over it because I have some Mod Podge here. So we'll go back over it with a bit of Mod Podge. I have this idea that I want to. I don't know why I want to make like a house over here. You know what would be cool? Like a mushroom. So what I'm doing is just kind of thinking about, you know, maybe a little mushroom shape and sort of just tearing some paper like that. I don't know. I don't know. It was just a thought. Yeah, no, I don't like it, so I'm not going to do that. And then we'll just put this up here like this. I'm not really looking for, I'm looking for texture. Not really much of anything else except some texture. But I did want to start in my little art journal today and see if I can keep it up for 30 days. That'll be a big challenge because it is a busy, busy time of year here. We have another big festival at the farm coming up. That means lots of work for yours truly. I'm very appreciative of that though. Very much. There we go. I think I want to, okay, let's go ahead and, so really all I'm doing is just creating a background. And then, you know, we'll see if it turns into something, and if it doesn't turn into something, then it's a fun background, right? Just so this will stay scrooched down, I'm putting some Mod Podge over it. Right here. Like that. Like that. Now that's something that does not dry quickly. It might though, because I have the I have that little fan going. So we might get some good drying there. And then I think what I want to do, I was going to see if I had any white here, is I have lost my paint smearer. Every single gift card that I had seems to be gone, so I guess I used them all to spread paint. I have a small piece of cardboard, so that's what we're going to use right now. I'm going to use that as a just as a palette for a minute, for a skinny minute. All right, and then I'm just going to tamp everything down like that. Pulled a little bit of that purple. That's pretty. It's pretty. I don't want to get rid of all that pretty color back there. Alright. Now we have a sweet little background. It makes me happy. I am going to just kind of spread my palette around like this on, this is just a nice little, I'm always looking for like little things that can do double duty, right? So that was a palette. I mean, it's a book, right? It's an old, like a vintage book, but, we used it as a palette. So now when we go back and use this text page, it will have a nice whitewashed look to it, which is kind of fun. I'm really wanting to put a border on here, but I'm not sure. I feel like I need to let it dry. Let's let it dry and then we'll put a border on it. I also wanted to, we're just going to set this aside for a minute. And I am going to write up my appreciation insert for today. So I'm just going to take that out, and then I'll put my traveler's notebook back together. All right, we got this laid out yesterday, and I do have some paint out here, so I might just give it a little zhuzh here and there of a thing or two, just because I do have paint out. Let's see. Let's just add some yellow. Just like, let's do the stars. Just give a little bit of yellow to the stars. Aren't those things pretty? I love stars. And the moon. Anything that happens in the sky. Did you guys see the Apollo 11 movie that CNN did? I thought it was so great. Man, I remember that. I remember my dad letting me stay up late and watch the moon landings and, just all kinds of things that it really does like harken back to my my childhood to remember all those things. We have a little bit of brown here. This raw sienna, excuse me. It's kind of sticky. Again, we're just kind of using the top of it. I don't have lots of time, but I did want to do something. And I think that grabbing my palette again, I'm just gonna zhuzh that out. And just gonna go back and kind of darken in some of these orb things we got going on here, just to give the page some color. There we go. Let's go ahead and, I'm not coloring this in, I'm just going to give him a little color, we'll go back and do something with him. And over here as well. Alright, so the only thing that doesn't have color right this minute is the crown. I have a little yellow. So we've still got a little burnt sienna on our brush. I'll just do that right there. Okay, so we've kind of given our insert, our appreciation insert, a wee bit of color, which was fun. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll get some appreciation journaling going on here. I'm looking for a straight edge or something that I can use as a straight edge. Let's see what we have in this pile of stuff. Okay, there we go. I think that's just a project life card. So what I'll do is today, I'm just really feeling, okay, remember appreciation brings you into the now. It brings you into the right this second. So what am I at this red hot minute appreciating? I am really appreciating my health. I'm appreciating my well-being. I'm really appreciating my home. I'm appreciating a cool day. You know, it's been close to 100 here. So I think today's high is going to be 86 or something like that. I'm really appreciating creativity, family, my children, my sister. I really appreciate the universal forces. That I feel so keenly on some days. I know that all of us are like that. You know, it's just like you're picking up on certain things. I'm really grateful for the hum of everyday living. There we go. And so we have done a little bit of art. Let's see how that's drying. Let's see what that looks like. I'm very happy with this paper. I think the background came out nicely. I mean, it was just fun to do. I mean, we've been working on it for what, 10 minutes? 18 minutes. So we did a couple art journal backgrounds, and we did our appreciation exercise for this morning in our gratitude journal in my traveler's notebook. Happy Onebook July, y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye.